and it answered every single time.
Yeah, tôi xin điện thoại. Cô cháu bảo yeah, yeah.
I told it to first
Drop
review
him
the web page and then
Who is
answer the
that?
4 questions.
Let me shut somebody up.
Với cháu là
It's Alan.
I got him. I did one even better, guys. I don't know if you guys could see it because you just joined the Zap. This is the prompt you guys should use, similar to what Campbell just put in, but that's my prompt. I just did 62 pages with that prompt, and it was spot on, and I got really good answers and really good SEO and ranking on SEO. But one paragraph, right?
Yep,
Bang,
we'll
put
copy
that
that
in
one.
there, and you make sure that you put your URL to the page you want in the prompt, because that's important for the canonical link and stuff, because in the canonical link, it actually has the URL.
Smarty, what I was asking about is the target, potential target, clients or customers for a listing. Is that going to give you that?
Oh yeah, well that's in your listing buddies. Listing buddy, yes, listing buddy, the GPT. This is more for SEO, Rob, but when I have a listing, I get my three target buyers that are going to buy this house. And then I ask for all the marketing for it. Give me social media posts for each buyer type. Give me an email for each buyer type. So I have a house I just listed. I'm going after investors that want to buy and hold and rent it. I got a small family that wants to move in, right? So and then a flip or a developer that wants to put multifamily on the property because it's developed. It's zoned as multifamily. It's only a single right now. So ChatGPT gave me the whole playbook of how to market this house. So I have 3 different ads going, 3 different social posts going, 3 different emails going out, all based on ChatGPT.
Smarty, by chance, did you try the think button yet on Grok 3?
No, I haven't done that yet.
When you do it, it comes back when you do the same thing. It actually gives you HTML programming rather than just the information for the conical. It gives you HTML code that you can copy and paste. So it's really, it looks like it may be more designed for programmers who want programming stuff done.
Yep, it's a heavy hitter, so it'll actually write code for you. You can actually build an application with it.
Yep.
Hey, Campbell, where do you access Grok?
Grok 3 right now is free to everyone to look at, but I'm signing up today. It's a $40 a month plan if you want access to all of it. That gives you unlimited queries, unlimited imagery, everything else. Plus, you get away from all the advertising on X also.
Where do you go to download it?
Just go to Google and type in Elon Musk AI. It'll take you right there.
Yep. And they have a standalone version. If you don't want to be a part of X, you can just sign up for Grok at the full level for like $30 a month. I literally asked Grok to explain the levels to me because I'm literally getting ready to sign up right now.
Yep. Yeah, it's nice. It's built right into X too. So it's a big part of the X strategy with the social postings. All right, so there it is right there. Jeff just put it in there. It's x.ai, simple to find, but it's very, very cool. All right, so a couple topics today. I got the recording going, and then just obviously this is a general session, so general questions. If you guys have questions, raise your hand. Try to keep it on mute if you're not talking, so we don't have the background, and we'll just answer any questions. But some things I wanted to try since we had our homework this weekend, getting all the SEO on the pages. Now it's time to get the sitemap generated and over on Google. So Google recognizes each one of your pages. So when somebody searches for a trade-in program, your trade-in page pops up, right? So Google's all around. If you're not familiar with the term sitemap, basically in websites, your website's made up of all these pages, and the canonical link that we put in gives programs like Google direction about what's on that page and how to find that page. So all those meta tags we put in, all the keywords we put in is for searchability, but the sitemap is what gives them basically a roadmap of how to navigate your website. And then I also have a website I'm going to put in here. In fact, I'll start with that first because that's the easy topic. If you want to participate, Bob and I are starting to build team pages. So let me grab my team page. I will show you. So I'll share Bob's screen. He's the furthest along. So in your website, you could turn your about button, your about menu item, into a whole bio about yourself, right? So Bob talks about being an AI certified agent. He had ChatGPT write up a nice write up about himself, his titles, team lead, and then he has a button to view all Jersey homes, right? So he put a link here on his about page. And then down here, he has meet my team, and he's starting to put all the team members in here, right? And we can make this into a carousel that you can make it a carousel that just swipes left and right, automated, meeting all your team members. So if you want to participate and you want other people on your team on your page, like all of us, I have a link that I'm going to give you that you'll fill in all the details that we need for the site, and including like your homes, your website. So if I click on Jeff's, it's going to Jeff's website. So this is going to help us. This is going to greatly help us in backlinks and everybody for SEO. If people are like, "Hey, I want to move to Vegas," or there's a realtor in Vegas. There's Sandy, and I click on Sandy, and right from Bob's site in New Jersey, it opens up Sandy's website to shop for a home, right? So this is going to help the back and forth and all the links that we have in the system. So this is what we're building. And he has another team. He has Nick, the certified agent, Julius, and then down here he put his trusted partners, right? His roofers, his mechanics, his title people. So he's starting to showcase all his partners on one nice about page, right? That we could have on our website. So if you want to do this, I will give you this page in the Zoom chat. So if you bookmark that page, what you're going to want is you're going to want to wait until you get some information, because up here I said we need to include a circle picture. If you don't have a circle picture of yourself, I put in the word Canva. Go to Canva and make a circle image of James, right? The way you want it for the website, right? You're going to load the circle image. You also need your agent profile. And you're going to put in down here, you're going to put the bio here. You're going to upload from your disk the circle picture. So I have Jim's circle picture, etc. And then you'll submit. And this is going to build a database for us.
They don't have to go make a circle picture if you use the preset page. I had a couple, both of those, the plumber and the roofer both had horizontal logos, and all you do is move it in the spot and it makes it circle right there for you.
Oh, it does. Okay, that's good to know.
Yep. Both of those service providers at the bottom, that wasn't a picture. Both of those were horizontal logos, and it just made it work right into the circle.
In the circle itself. That's perfect. Yep. That's perfect. So ideally, if you have a circle, put a circle in there. But if you don't, and you want to put a square image of yourself, load in your image. But do everybody a favor, guys. When you load an image, does everybody know the system called Tiny PNG? I think I have this in the course. Tiny PNG is like my favorite tool for images and stuff to be friendly. This puts the image on a diet. Okay, so if you go into Canva and Sandy makes a beautiful, really nice image of herself, and she's like, "This is the image I want everybody to have on all their websites." And Sandy, you download that file. If you look at the size of the file, that may be 2 or 3 megabytes in size, right? I had one agent that she had a beautiful photographer do a professional photo of herself, and it was 18 megs in size. You know, that's the size of the file. The PNG file was really, really fat. You come into here and you drag and drop your image here. You can do up to 20 images. They can't be more than 5 megs each. So if you have one from Canva that's over 5, you're kind of out of luck. You want to shrink it. But it actually just reduces it, puts it on a diet, and it makes the images really skinny. So like a 4 meg file, here, let me see if I have a PNG just to show you. But this is for web guys. So like, I don't know if this is going to do anything. Let me see. Yeah, like look at this. So my logo is a PNG I got from Canva. It's 1.4 megabytes. See, it's 1.4 meg when I'm looking at it on my computer. And all I have to do is drag it and drop it into tiny PNG. So drag and drop. And down below, it's going to go in. And there it is right here. It's optimizing. 1 minute. And then I say download. So if I download it, I'll call this Smart 2, Smart 3, whatever. So now when I'm using this picture, where'd it go? That's weird. Oh, here it is here. So that's my logo. But if you look at what Tiny PNG did, it's now only 374K. So instead of me uploading a 1.4 megabyte picture on the website, I now have a skinny one that's only 370. It's the same quality. But the difference, guys, is if I put Sandy's picture on my website and she gives me a fat, heavy image of herself, anybody that loads their website, Sandy's going to be slugging because if it's on a slow internet connection, it's got to pull in that image, right? So when you think of websites, you got to think of a skinny web. All your images have to be optimized for the website, including your logo and stuff, because you want those pages to load really quick. So I always use Tiny PNG to, after I'm done my Canva stuff, I download it from Canva, throw it into Tiny PNG and make them skinny. And then I put them into the CRM. So now I have optimized images. So in the Zoom chat, if you want to participate, open up that and fill in the details. And then what I'm going to do is I'll give it till Friday. On Friday, I'll distribute a spreadsheet with all the agents, with all their images and stuff in a spreadsheet. So then if Sandy, you want to pick 3 or 4 and put them on your website and your about page, you can put them in and I'll have training on how to do that. We'll build a carousel of team members and you could build your nice about page on your website with your team members. All right. So next thing we want to do is to get your sitemap. Go High Level has a sitemap, guys. This one I want everybody to kind of follow along with what you need to do. Over here, if you go into, let me refresh.
Smarty is under domains.
Yeah, let me just refresh. So in your menu, in your CRM, you're going to go down to settings and you're going to go to domains right here. You're going to find the domain for your website. So Smart of the Realtor is my website. And on the right-hand side, you're going to see 3 dots. Everybody should click the 3 dots and you will see XML sitemap on the menu. You want to click XML sitemap. Is everybody with me so far? Sandy?
Yes.
Okay. When that comes up, it's going to show you off of that domain what we have. So I have 2. I have my Smarter the Realtor, and then I also have my blog, Philly Smarts. So I could select them all, or when I open them up, it's showing me all the pages on my website. I can decide which ones I don't want Google to have. So if you think about our website, I have 62 pages. Look at all these, like just reduced, just listed, all my community pages. I want Google to have all that. But there's a couple that you probably don't, they're not really searchable. I could turn off the listing results and listing details in the quick search. These are the Buying Buddy temporary sites that we use for showing properties. So I don't have to give Google those.
Does it affect you one way or the other if you do or don't? I mean, do you need to fix them?
Jonathan, will it affect her?
It's not gonna have any content, so they're just not gonna rank. It's not gonna,
Yeah, it just won't rank, I guess, Sandy.
Okay, so I don't need to go through and uncheck it, just let it go, and whatever it does, it does.
Yep.
now, if you add more pages, the only thing I don't know is if it's gonna add the new pages. I think you might have to go in and
Focus again.
regenerate.
Yeah, regenerate.
You're
that to add
100%.
pages.
You 100% have to do it every time you add pages.
Yeah, yeah.
Good to know.
So I'm at 69 pages right now, plus my blog. I'm at like 72 pages I'm going to give Google.
Do we have to do this also for the one that says www in front of it?
No, it's only just do your main domain.
So to clarify, do we need to make sure we have those custom meta tags and the canonical links?
Yeah,
in
do
there
not do
before-
this until you SEO all your pages, guys.
Okay, I got stuck on that. I wasn't quite sure. Maybe you can walk us through like what those look like, because it asks like for a title for the meta tags. Because I did all the first three. Like, can you walk us through that?
Yeah, I'll walk everybody through that. Let's finish this first, and then I'll go back and do that.
Okay.
So,
Perfect.
so once you do that, you hit proceed.
Well, you just said not to do it if we didn't do all our SEO, so that,
Yeah, if you didn't do all your SEO yet, I'm just going to show you how to do it, Sandy. Then you can do it after you're done your SEO.
got it.
So you're going to get your pages. Why is that saying empty, Jonathan?
It's because you probably already generated it, and because you're generating the same stuff that you already generated.
Yeah, that's probably right. So maybe we'll have somebody else do it. Who wants to be the guinea pig?
Yeah, but what if you're updating it and put new pages in? Would it have that?
Marty, I'm doing it right now, and it told me stuff that nothing was there either, but I've never done it. You want me to share my screen?
Yeah, let's share your screen and get through it with Campbell.
Here we go. Okay, I am right here. I've already selected everything. I have got 55 pages, and when I click proceed, it says, "Oh, it's empty in here."
Hit generate and save.
Hit
Generate and save. Okay,
There you go. It worked. It worked.
I just click
Copy
OK.
that.
and-
No,
Copy that.
no.
Copy the URL.
No, copy the URL. Copy the URL, Campbell.
Okay.
That so
Where am
what
I
it
gonna
does,
put
guys,
that?
what it does, it gives you your site map is a URL. It's called XML is the format type, but all your pages are stuck inside that URL. So when we give it to Google, it'll say, "Oh, Campbell's got whatever 47 pages. These are the page names."
Does Smarty just take that and save that one password saver, I assume?
Yeah,
As
not
site
one
map.
password. You're just going to use it right in Google. So copy it.
Yeah.
And then
Or keep it also
go over to
long term, may
Google.
as well.
You don't need to save it.
You don't need to save it because you're going to generate it 100 times, Campbell.
Okay, good enough.
You add 10 more communities tomorrow. You may update the sitemap tomorrow.
and it's likely not gonna change. It's always gonna be sitemap.xml at the end. So anyway, so go. Are you gonna bring them to Google search?
Yeah. So then let's go to the Google Search Console. So cancel out of this.
Just click OK.
Yep.
Okay.
And then open up a new browser tab.
Okay.
Type in Google Search Console.
Google Search Console.
Let's open up the tool.
Okay.
Start now.
Start now.
All right, so you're gonna put your domain name.
With www or without?
No, without the www. just the domain.
I didn't get that page.
If you go to the console and say get started, Sandy, everybody gets this page.
No, I got overview, site analytics for content creators. That's what came up.
I think you went to the wrong, or maybe an ad you clicked on.
No, it says Google Search Console. Just like his does on the left-hand side.
Could you be logged in on a different Google
Yeah, maybe you already logged in
account
or
upper
something.
right?
Oh, I need to make sure I'm in the right account, don't I?
Yes.
Okay. Do I want to go in the one that's actually associated with the URL?
Yeah, I would.
Okay, so I'll go to Campbell at Teamhead Gets It Sold right here and then put it in. So now we are under Teamhead Gets It Sold. Now click continue.
Yep. It's verifying.
Go to property.
Go to property.
So his auto verified, because he already.
That's where I am now. This is where I am right now.
Okay, so you probably already had properties in your Google Search Console. He
Okay.
didn't.
Yeah.
So where would I go to sitemaps?
You just went a step ahead, right? So
Well, I didn't do it now. I must have done it in the past.
yeah,
but
you must have done it in the past. Yeah.
So
So
do you
what
have
on the left-hand side, see where it says sitemaps?
Yep, that's where I would start.
Sitemaps, Campbell.
Click sitemaps.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay, submit that URL now.
That URL there.
So for me, that would be sandymargolin.com.
No, this is the XML you just got from this CRM, Sandy.
Oh, so I have one dated December 19, 2024 already in there. I
Yeah,
don't know.
you're going to update it, Sandy, because you have a whole new website.
So what do I do? Just take the three.
You're not going to do anything now because you haven't done your SEO. And that's it. That's it. That's all you have to do, guys.
So now Google's going to start looking at his website.
Yeah, so what's going to happen, Campbell, is you could start coming here in a couple days, and you're going to see a lot of analytics, because what's going to happen is you have 78 pages that are discovered in that XML that you just put in there.
Got it.
See where it says 78 pages? Google's going to take its time, but it's going to learn about your website. It's going to visit all the pages. It's going to do analytics. It's going to figure it all out. And then it'll start tracking in this system.
Crawl your website.
It crawls your website.
And so this is Google Search Console is what it is.
Yep.
Now, how do you update it?
Is this separate from Google
You
Business?
update it all the time. So for everybody, if you go to your site, like Bob and I are doing a community page and 4 blogs every week.
Now my question is here, once you get here and you have your new link.
All you do is you paste it in, hit submit.
And it'll override the one below.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, it will add one. You're gonna have to delete the old one.
Oh, yeah. That's a good point, Jonathan.
So do you delete it
So
first?
there's three dots there, Sandy. You hit the 3 dots, there's probably a delete button.
No, you have to go in, and then once you're inside of the sitemap, you go up to the top right and remove sitemap.
So I would actually
What are the
click
3
on
dots?
it.
Share the screen, Campbell.
Okay, I'll share the screen again. Give me 1 second. Okay, I'm back.
All right, click on the
hit the 3 dots first. Let's see what's on the 3 dots.
It's not there.
3 dots right here.
Yeah,
Not there.
not there. Okay.
So you click on the Team Hague Gets It Sold. Yeah, that right there. Click there. It's up at the top right in the 3 dots there.
Remove site.
Okay. Then you remove it and then you just start over and put enter the sitemap URL into the new one and it'll pop it in.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if like today he has 78 pages, by Friday, if he has 90 pages, he's going to want to regenerate his sitemap.
But when you do that, will it blow away all the tracking information?
No.
Nope.
So what's going to most likely happen is when you regenerate the sitemap on your website through ProEdge, it's going to update the existing sitemap. So the URL is not going to change. So Google's just going to, whenever they pull the URL again, it's just going to get the additional website addresses.
Campbell, what tool did you use for your copy and paste?
I have a clipboard that I added to my Apple up top that lets me save a bunch of stuff. If you see me click it, you see all that?
Yeah. What's that called? I have an Apple. That's what I'm just.
Let me see. I'll find it for you and send it to you. I'll put it in the search right now.
Thank you.
Jonathan, since we're on the Google thing, did you ever find out what the issue was with the Google things I sent you?
I'm sorry, refresh my memory.
I had errors and I sent them to you to find out why. Let me see, of course, off the top of my head, I don't remember what they were.
Oh, Sandy, no, you send them to me too. It's only because you weren't SEO optimized and you haven't loaded your sitemap.
My sitemap was loaded. I just told you I had one in there for a year. It's been there for a year.
It was the
But
wrong
now
one.
it's not loaded because now you have a brand new website with all new pages, Sandy.
Okay.
So it was just telling you.
Yeah,
when
but
I
how
looked
many
at your-
pages do you actually have?
How many pages do I actually have? I have
Yeah.
got 52 on the website. It's showing that the total of all of the blog posts is, I guarantee you what it's showing. Because remember, each blog post has its own individual address.
Well, that explains why I have 130.
That's exactly what it's going to be. That's going to be all your blog posts.
Yeah, so if you guys know, when we were in the CRM and we hit the three dots and said go to the XML and we generated it, it showed both your blog and your domain, your main website. So if you have 20 blogs, it's going to show 20 more pages because each blog is a separate page.
Which means that we have to have the SEO on our blog pages.
Yep. Yeah, you should have the SEO in your blogs as well. Absolutely.
Got it.
So everything we're doing now, guys, we want to be the dominant agent in your town. You want to be found everywhere. You got to make sure everything you do from this point forward is SEO top of mind, right? So you're doing backlinks, you're doing SEO, conical links. You're telling Google about it. So that way, that's how you get discovered.
So just to clarify, we always move so quickly here, but going back a minute or two, if we get that link in ProEdge, does it automatically update, or do we have to go into the Google
You
and do
go
that?
into the Google search content
Okay.
and update it periodically.
So it's always a two-step process. We
Yeah.
update it on our website, and then we go into Google
Yeah.
Console.
Here's a SOP or standard operating procedure you guys should follow, right? Is on my Google Calendar, which is on my phone and my family and dates with my wife and all my calendar. I have a 5-minute recurring meeting on Friday afternoon that says, Smarty, update the Google console. Because all week I'm adding new communities, new blogs. I'm adding more stuff to my website all week long. And then Friday is going to be my day at like 6 in the morning when I wake up, just update the console. So I'll go into domains, grab regenerate the XML from the domain, go into the console, paste, and I'm done. It'll take me less than 2-3 minutes to be done at once a week. But that way I know any pages I added that week will now be part of the console.
So, Jonathan, how do we get the videos discovered?
The videos are not on your site. They're on Dub or something else, so it's not going to be something you get discovered.
Well, how do we put them on the site to get them discovered instead of using Dub?
You probably don't want to do that. The reason why is because Dub is using a CDN to make sure that the video gets played and downloaded quickly to whoever's device is going to it. If you put it on Go High Level's platform, I don't know how quick and how broad their CDN is, so it might not load quickly.
That's where I have it on Go High Level.
You have it.
I have all kinds of videos on Go High Level.
You have them uploaded into Go High Level?
I have them embedded from Dub, but my question is, if we have them uploaded, are we going to get more Google juice than we are by embedding them from Dub? Or do we need to be putting them in from a YouTube link instead of Dub?
YouTube's going to be
the YouTube would be
a double
juicier.
whammy. It's going to certainly give you a double whammy.
So the YouTube is going to be good if you do that, but at the same time, I wouldn't use YouTube because you're going to get a playlist from other people on your website.
And you get the landing page that Dub provides you with your follow-up call to actions that you want in addition to the playlist.
Yeah, well, you don't get much of that with the embed. You just get one button at the end of the video. You can't embed playlist.
Yeah, there's a way that Julius, whatever his name is, said that we might have an option to do something a little different with that.
Oh yeah, he was saying now, and they have the site page that you can have multiple videos on a page. I don't know if you played around with that yet, Bob, but he showed us that Friday.
It seems kind of like instead of having a meet me button comes up, it has a redirect to go to a playlist.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it really does
what we really want.
Might have to just pop into one of his 10 o'clocks and say, "Hey, show me how to use this showcase."
Yeah, the showcase.
Yeah, I just, I saw that on here and was just wondering if we're better off having our videos discovered by Google than we are. I mean, how many Meet Smarties have got clicked from the site?
Yeah.
I don't know that I've had any Meet Bobs get clicked from the site, which pops up at the end of those videos.
Yeah.
So if you're gonna, I mean, you can try it if you want to, but you would upload the videos to the media library, and then there's a widget, I believe. Give me a second. I'm pulling up a page.
Oh, so you're saying just enter the video file, the MP4?
Yeah, correct. So inside the page, you have a video media under the media section under elements.
Here, I'll share my screen to show everybody. So in your site,
but the thing about it is like I said, I don't know how quickly the videos are going to load. I don't know Go High Level's architecture and how they're running their back end systems.
So real quick, guys, to put a video on your page, if you're not going to use Dub, right? Let me go to one of my other pages that has
Smarty,
Dub.
just click a little that orange arrow there, or the orange plus
I
button.
just want to go to another page just to show somebody real quick. So if I'm like on the cash offer page, or no, let me go to one of Bob's. So if you have like the just listed page, right? The just listed page, this all the websites, when we gave you Bob's websites, this is a code box that has the open code, and this is the Dub or the embed code from Dub, so that girl is showing at the top of the page. But if you don't want to use Dub, you could put a section on your page by simply coming in here and either orange or blue or green. I could hit the orange.
Just add the orange, and then
and then on orange down here there is a video section, and I could drop the video right here. And then when I click on it, Go High Level lets me put in YouTube, Vimeo, Wistia, custom embed, HTML5, or a hosted video. So if I say hosted, this is now going to go out to my video library, the media library, and I can upload the file, the MP4 here, and then have it run right from Go High Level.
click on the HTML5 one.
Yeah.
Wouldn't the HTML5 do the exact same thing as the code box? You're just putting it somewhere different?
Yeah, so that's exactly no. So HTML5 or the video. So the video, the hosted video is the one that's on where it's on the platform. If you use HTML5, you could have it hosted on a CDN and put the MP4 URL and the WebM URL there, and then the thumbnail URL, and then have that as a video.
So you're going to use the HTML5, guys, if you have the video on some other place and you're just putting links to it to display.
So our dub videos, will we do it that way, this way here, or the on hosted on another?
No, like Dub is the way we were doing it before, Sandy. It's just a code box, and you drop in the code
Oh
box.
yeah, that's right. They have that in the dub. They have
Right. They give you
right.
the embed code.
Yeah, that's right.
But some of you didn't want to buy Dub or invest in Dubs. I know, like, I don't know if Tammy's on, but Tammy uses YouTube. So I taught Tammy how to just go add a section. You hit the plus, and then down here you just pick video right here, and you drag and drop it over, and you have a video section. And then you configure the video right here. You put the URL to the YouTube channel, the video right here. And then they have other settings, like do you want to auto play? You want it full width, half width, quarter width. You could play around with the settings. You could also do padding.
I tried to embed a YouTube video and it doesn't embed correctly. It like
Don't save
puts
that
it off
page,
to the left.
Marty.
Yeah.
You deleted all your videos. So don't save that page.
Hey, Jonathan, so one of the other things on that Google was the error was a page with redirect. That was the other error. One was the canonical, and then the other one was your search console has identified that some pages on your site are not being indexed due to the following reason, page with redirect. Now, I'm assuming the one that I have in there is Smarties because that was in December of 2024, and I haven't done any of this stuff prior to hooking up with Smarty. So what is
So the
that?
redirect's not going to be indexed because the page that you're redirecting to is going to be indexed.
Why would I get that error? That's common sense, doesn't make sense. But okay, those were the two errors I got. I just want to make sure I had a resolution. So I will wait to see when I put the new one in if anything comes back.
Mm-hmm.
Smarty, would you give us that SEO tutorial you were going to do?
Yeah, let's do an SEO, and I'm going to do a price page and an SEO quick tutorial for everybody.
Just a quick question before we jump. For the XML sitemap, we want to exclude thank you pages and landing pages inside the site so they don't get crawled, correct?
Yeah, I would get rid of the things you don't want crawled, Jeff. That's a good point that Jeff brought out. So like the one I got rid of, that's why, Sandy, I didn't want, you said, oh, I'll just select everything and forget about it. I don't want to select it. That's not the way to approach it, Sandy. So when you hit the list of all your pages, go down and get rid of the home search, the quick search, the home details, home, results. You don't need those. But then Jeff's also saying if we have a thank you page, you could not include that, because you don't want Google to search the thank you page necessarily.
And the two buying buddy.
The three buying buddy pages. The buying buddy pages are quick search, listing details, and listing results. Or home, yeah.
How about like privacy policy and things like that?
I would still keep the privacy policy, because if somebody wants to say, what's Chris's privacy policy, you want it to show up.
Okay, thanks.
Right? Yeah, definitely those things I would put in the site.
So buying buddy issues we can delete. And what else? What else was that?
Mostly the buying
page.
buddy 3 pages are the big ones. But like Jeff's saying, if you come over here on the list of pages, like we have a thank you page, we probably don't want to include the thank you page.
Okay. Anything else?
Marty, on the did he get the widget to you?
The buying buddy widget?
Yeah.
It's so what Jonathan's talking about is, I'll show you right here. So I have a market report. He's testing it on Smarter the Realtor. It's going to be on our dashboard any time now, like in the next day or so. So he now there's going to be a widget in Buying Buddy to do market stats by location. So I have a community page for Fittler Square, and it pulled in all the summary data for the property or for the location. Then he has this little guy. This is another one he's testing, where we could have different neighborhoods and then how many listings, days on market on average, list price and stuff, and we could change the colors. So he's given us a lot more flexibility.
That's awesome.
Right? So we're getting some new widgets from Paul very, very soon. Very, very soon.
Hey, Smarty, I just got a workflow error detected in sub account. I just forwarded to you. So whenever you get a chance, if you look at it, let me know what I need to do.
Yeah, it's probably nothing. We could probably ignore it. But I'll take a look. Sometimes those errors pop up, Sandy. And in fact, I'll just look at Sandy's account real quick. So if I look at Sandy, and then we'll do the SEO. So on automations, you have it right here. It says needs review. So see how it says all workflows, and then there's a need review.
Okay.
And this is send message to AI. This is okay. So you can just say mark as read.
Okay, fantastic.
So that's not a big one. Okay, so let me go back to Smarty and we'll do some SEO stuff. So what I'd like to do is let's get rid of the other tabs. James, I'll pick on James. And Campbell. Campbell and James are my two violators of how many tabs can you have in a Google Chrome browser at one time. So what I like to do, guys, is I like to have the CRM open and I like to have ChatGPT open. Makes it real easy. Okay. On this one, I'm going to pop over to sites, go to websites and open my website. And I'm going to, I'll just start with the home page. So on the home page, the first thing I'm going to do before I begin this journey is Bob gave us a tip. There's an application here, a Chrome extension, which is called Dualis, DUALSLESS, Dualis. You could download that Chrome extension, and when you click on it, it lets you split your screens in a number of ways. So I usually like to pick these two, number 5.5. So when I double click, it now puts ChatGPT over here and my website over here. Does that make sense, guys?
That's great.
Okay, it just makes it navigational a lot easier. And then in the Zoom chat, I'll just go up and grab my thing. So I have a prompt that I pasted up here. There it is right here. So it's in the Zoom chat. If I just read the prompt to everybody, I'm going to tell ChatGPT, give me an SEO optimized title under 70 characters and a description under 150 characters and SEO optimized keywords in paragraph form, comma, formatted with commas. You could change it anyway, comma delimited. And then custom meta tags and a canonical link for the homes for sale in PA. So it gets to know where you are, Pennsylvania or, Philadelphia. And then I paste in the just reduced luxury homes for sale page. In fact, that's the one I'll go on to show you guys. So when I paste this,
if you'll tell it to give you the meta tag title, it'll do that also. If you put it in there, it'll do it automatically.
No, this does it automatically. I don't need to do it. You don't need to do that, Campbell. This prompt does it all.
Okay.
So let's show you exactly what I got as a result for this. So on the left-hand side, I'm going to go to my luxury page. So to navigate, you hit this little icon right here, this little drop down, and the page list comes on the left. And in the page list, I'm going to go down to just reduced luxury. So that's right here, just reduced luxury page. Okay, if you look at what I got from that prompt, it gave me an SEO optimized title under 100 characters or 170 characters. I copy that and I come over here to SEO meta. And in the content, I paste the title right here. Then it gave me a description. I copy that and I put it in the description. Then it gave me the keywords. I copy that. And guys, I'm not doing this. Don't go the old fashioned way, guys, doing this. You'll be doing this for years. Right? Learn how to use keyboards. So when you're on the keyboard, if I just double click in this area, the whole thing highlights. So I control C. I don't right mouse and say copy, right? Doing right mouses and stuff is wasted keystrokes. So I copy, and then I come back over here to keywords, and I paste the keywords right here. Okay. Next up on the screen is the author. I put in your name or whatever you want. I brand everything Smarter the Realtor. The next one is the social image. That's what shows up if I text somebody my luxury listing's over $1 million. This is what they're going to see in the text message. This is called the social image. If I put this URL in a social post, so I'm on Facebook and somebody says, my husband and I are looking for a house in Malvern. Well, I know Malvern's $1 million houses. I could paste my just reduced homes over $1 million. Say, find a deal here, guys. When I paste it on Facebook, this is the image that's going to show up. So the social image is very, very important when you have a URL, so that the social image will, when you're sharing these URLs with people, that's what they see. They don't just see a link. So what I've done, and I shared in my training, my Canva document, you go out to the media library, you upload your Canva images here. Now, what I did was I created a folder called Website SEO, and these are all my SEO images for all my web pages. And the other thing that's nice when you're in this view is if you just highlight over here, don't click, but just highlight, you could see the page, the name. So this is just reduced 900 to a million. That's 560. I could find it very quickly, and then I double click to insert it. Does that make sense, guys?
Yep.
And then I make sure the one I wanted is up here. So I just, once I put it in here, I just come up here and say, yep, that's the one I wanted. Now I have the image.
Did you shrink all those images, Sparty?
I used, if you use my Canva template, they're already optimized for SEO.
Okay, thank you.
Right. So I shared my Canva link. So you guys could just take them and make your own, or, design your own, but they're already like the right size.
Where's this document?
It's in the training course, and it's also in the I put it on the community page as a post.
Cool.
So there's a whole training. There's a dub video training on this, and then I have the Canva link as well, and this prompt. I'll show it to you in when I'm done this.
In that author field, it's auto-filling in brackets user dot.
Yeah, just get rid of that. Put whatever you want.
Okay, so that's not going to work. I got to replace.
Oh, it will if you go to the custom values and you populate that custom value, then you could leave it that way, James.
Okay, cool.
But I just got rid of it and put Smarter the Realtor everywhere.
Okay.
All right. So then down here, let me get rid of all these. I'm hitting the trash can. So I'm not optimized for links. See the one there? There's issues. So if I come down here, here's the custom meta tags that my prompt gave me. So the first one I'm doing, I'm double clicking. And this is the title, because see right there it says title, and it has title there. So I'm doing title. I'm double clicking on that. I'm over here, I'm hitting add. In the name field, I'm typing in the word title, and I'm pasting the results there. So now I have a title and the link. I come over here, I double click on description, hit add, type description.
So Smarty, to save you some typing, why aren't you double clicking on meta description and just pasting that in? Double clicking meta title and pasting that in.
Oh, just you mean double clicking and pasting? Yeah.
Yeah.
I just got into like a rhythm. So keyword and then paste, boom. Right. So you can copy and paste those as well if you want. So now you have all your meta tags, and then the last is the canonical link, and it's right here. So you better, if you look at what's in that link, when I gave them the prompt, I pasted in the page URL that I want in the prompt. So when you look at the canonical link, you'll see PA just reduced luxury homes for sale. So I double click on this and then I hit add and I just paste the URL in. And then the last step is right down here.
Smarty.
SEO.
You pasted the entire tag in. That's
that's what you put in.
No, if you look at the hit on add, click on add again there. See, it just asks for it's just asking for the URL.
Yeah, but ChatGPT told me to put the whole tag in.
Because ChatGPT doesn't know.
Yeah, I was asking ChatGPT. I was like, "Which is it?" And it said, "But I'm not sure. You're gonna have to find out."
Okay, so with I'm pretty sure Go High Level is going to be wrapping that URL with the tag already. So they're just gonna be dropping it in.
Yeah, so they're going to drop it in. Like the Go High Level guy said, just put the whole reference in.
If you inspect the page after you put it in,
if it's wrapping the tag within the tag, then that's when you know it's
you inspect the page and see if it coded it right. That's the best.
Yeah.
So hit cancel and then hit.
Yeah. Can you check it? Because we wouldn't know what we're looking for.
Well, now you have two of them, but.
Yeah, let me go back.
Oh, it just.
I only have one.
Yeah.
Okay. I only have one.
So.
Did you save it?
Good catch, Tim.
Mm-hmm.
And then publish.
Marty, while you're in there and doing this, my question is, because I don't have a whole understanding, is that all that metadata you were talking about, I think sending out a URL and that's what something pops up from what this data is, or is it the web page?
No. The social image is what's used for. So let me show you what this does. So now that I have a social image on this URL, so I'm working with a buyer and the buyer says to me, "Hey, Smarty, my husband and I are looking for luxury homes," right? I could do one of two things. I'm going to set them up on an alert, right? But if I go into Dana, here's Dana, and I paste that URL in here, look what shows up for Dana. That's the social image.
All right, so my question for you at this point, at least we're in California here with our regulations, we have to have our license number and information for marketing on stuff. So I would assume we'd have to put it on that piece for every page.
Yeah, for California, you probably want to protect yourself in Canva. Just make it so it's state compliant.
Thank you.
Because this doesn't matter because it's a text message. But if you pasted this on Facebook in a comment, then this is what's going to show in the comment.
Yeah, so we need to have it on everything.
Yeah.
So go to your page and look at the source.
Inspect on the bottom.
Yeah, there it is.
And then just Control F conical.
They spell it right. Cool.
Just type meta. It's easier. META. And then, all right. So look for the canonical link. So see,
Here it is right here.
Yeah. See, you put the tag in the tag. That's what you need to. That's what I was saying.
Yeah, it's double hrefed.
Yeah, so Go High Level gave us the wrong details.
So you just need to put the URL. You don't need to put the entire tag in there.
That'd be the URL that you started with for all this metadata that you're doing.
Yeah.
So starting with this HTTP from that long thing that you acquired?
Let's do that. Let's take a look. Go High Level said to do the whole thing.
All you do is just grab the link it put in there from inside of everything else, inside the wrapper, and paste that.
Yeah, so you're just going to take this URL right here, Sandy.
Okay, make it simple.
And then down in here.
Yeah, it's what we were doing before.
Yeah.
Okay.
That only applies to the canonical link. Everything else we put.
Everything else is the same. It's
email.
just the canonical link is what.
So do me a favor. Once we publish, go to now right click and view source. No, I'm sorry. You want to view source. Yeah, view page source. All right, so you have title there. Scroll down a little bit. Keep going. A little further.
That's the bottom.
Oh, really? So right, do a find, control, command F, and then do title. No, ELE, not
I
E.
know. That thing's mocking me.
All right, so there's that title. Then click next down.
Luxury homes.
Okay, so you got another. So that meta. See, this is you created a separate title on line 24, and it's inside of a content. No, you're way back.
Way back.
Just hit X and just command home or something. I think you're scrolled to the right too far. So just look at line 24. And then look at line 25 and line 26. So you need to put so in essence, you're essentially duplicating yourself there. You're duplicating your efforts.
So you're saying just do the title and not the description and keywords?
No, you don't need to do any of that. Go back to ProEdge. So click on there. So all these tags that you did in here, you don't need to do that. Just delete those.
But if I delete them, they're not. We have issues on the page, Jonathan. It's not SEO optimized unless we put the meta tags in there.
Yeah, but you don't need the meta tags and the keywords. You just need the keywords and the keywords.
Okay.
Just put
you don't need the property name. So you're putting
text only.
Oh, I see what you're saying. You put the wrong, Smart. It looks like you put the wrong data under keywords.
No, the keywords are in there. He just has the details outside the keywords also in there.
Stop. Go to the top a little bit, Smarty. No,
if I come in here.
So right there, the title right there.
Title, description and keywords.
That's filling in. If you look at the source code now, save and publish, and look at the source code again. So now views yeah. You gotta click a white space. No, you're highlighting stuff. That's why. All right. Yep. All right. So see how there's on line 20 there's keywords. On line 12 there's the title, and then
line 14 is the description.
Yeah. So it's pulling in from the top. You don't need the additional stuff down there.
But Bob, like what we were doing, Bob, is if you look here in the reporting from Go High Level, we're not optimized because this right here is missing data. We don't have any links. Page has
Okay, click add on that for a second. Name. I mean, I don't know what they want, but I mean,
Okay, I think what that's for is that the top part where we've entered it without the HTML tags, you see it says add a custom meta tag. That would be a different tag other than the one that you put up on top.
yeah, that's what I'm thinking, Tom.
yeah. So a custom meta tag. I mean, sometimes like
ChatGPT said these are the custom tags you want on this page.
Yeah, but that's not; those aren't custom set. So like so they're already doing this in their the way they do the source code, but you could add a custom tag, for example, like the open graph title and stuff like that. But that's already present. So if there's a missing tag that's not in the source code that you want to be present, that they're not automatically creating for you, then that's what you would want to use that for.
So you're saying we don't need any meta tags at all?
I mean, no, I mean that's what that's for. Is the keywords and all that stuff is already for that purpose.
The custom, the keyword there, it says custom. Custom is different from the keywords and the title that we have up above. And by putting that same information down there, we're making it redundant.
Mm-hmm.
And the other factor is that I mean Google doesn't really look at description, keywords, and all that stuff anymore. They look at the content of the page. I mean, other search engines may use it, but Google does not use it. They've come out and straight up said that they don't even bother looking at meta tags because they were having problems with people keyword stuffing and everything else.
So when we create the sitemap, it's gonna ignore that and just look at the page anyway, and
I mean, if it's on the page, it's great, but it's not gonna put much rank into it, if anything at all.
So at least do these first 3 sections like we have, and we should be good then.
If the top section all the way down through social images completed, then you should be okay.
But no, you also, Jonathan, you have to do the conical.
The conical, yes.
Conical link, and you put the URL in there instead of the source from ChatGPT. Because that's what, like Sandy, that's the emails you were getting from Google saying these pages are missing conical links.
From what I've read, it's all about H1 tag and H2 now. That's pretty much, and then the rest of it's just content that it's scanning. But those are the two that give the most weight to the page for SEO.
So would that be the keywords that have those?
It's actually going to be text in the page. So.
No, that's Tim. That's what these are here. So when you when you see right here, it says this is an H1 tag.
Yeah.
There's H2, H3. So every page can only have one H1. Should only have one H1. And then every section down below should be H2s in the next headers and stuff.
Well, I mean, yeah, major sections should be H2s. Anything underneath that would be a H3 and thus far.
Paragraph or something like that.
Are those automatic when you add them?
No, anytime you put text on a page, it's going to ask you, do you want to do an H1 text, an H2 text, or something else, or paragraph? So that's just part of website design, Tim. So if I hit this little orange here, I hit this plus. Over here, it's either headline, subheadline, or paragraph. They're the 3 choices you have. So this is H1, that's H2, and then everything else.
Right, and you just said that, so if I were building a page for whatever reason, I only want one headline and that's it.
One headline. So the top of the page is the headline typically, and then every
Anything
major
below that,
section
it
down
doesn't matter.
below.
I could have a bunch of H2s.
Yeah, like these are all, if you look here, these are all H2s, just reduced homes in
Gotcha.
Chester County, just
Good to
reduced
know.
homes in Delaware County. And
Good to
then these
know.
are all buying buddy sections. And then I have these little carousels for each county, houses that have been reduced.
Going back to Buying Buddy, and when you guys talk to Buying Buddy, Marty and Jonathan, that refined search issue, he's got to fix that. Either that, or I got to go back and rebuild all of my searches and take the refine button out of it. Because when you click on refine and you try to refine it, it wipes out everything else, and you're starting from scratch. And Jonathan, you and I are both on Spectrum. If you try and do a refine on something simple, you're going to get 94,000 hits. Everything in the Spectrum MLS, that refine filter needs to carry over the initial search criteria that was put in there. That's huge. And that's got to happen right away. I'm shutting down my Real Geeks website in about 4 days, and I'm going to have people coming in. They're not going to like it.
Yeah.
Marty, when you're putting in the meta tags, it says meta name equals title, contents equals top. Do you put the whole line in, or do you just put in after the equals?
No, that's what we were just talking about, Sandy. We're not putting them in now.
No tags, no meta tags?
No tags.
Okay.
So I just asked ChatGPT to clarify that. And it's saying custom tags are going to be like, for instance, custom viewport meta tag for mobile optimization. And then it gives you a meta name, viewport content width equals device width. And then the next one comes up, custom mega tags for AI and chat bots. And it has meta name equals chatbot contained enabled. And the last one is custom tracking tags. So it does.
If you look at like what ChatGPT gave me here, Bob, like there's special tags for Twitter cards. There's the robots here.
Yeah, that's the same thing I was getting before, but because of this discussion, I went back and asked it specifically what should be used for custom meta tags on a web page, and it expanded to the specific stuff: chatbot, mobile optimization, stuff that isn't there now.
Thoroughly confused.
I mean, the custom viewport and stuff, I mean, that's not necessarily needed. What was, sorry,
So this is the additional stuff it gave me beyond what it's given you and it's given me on all the other ones when I specifically asked that question. Yeah, there you go. You got it now too.
Yeah.
So Tom, what are you referring to refining? Because I'm not, try it on my website, jonathanlosher.com, and see if you're getting the same issue.
I stand by. I look at it while you guys talk.
I'd actually go to Gemini and ask some of those questions because you're tied right into Google versus ChatGPT.
Good point.
So, I mean, the Twitter and the OG tags are automatically already there.
Right.
Because they've already built that into their platform.
Yeah, that's just for the Twitter search engine. So if you're going to be searchable for Twitter.
Well, X now.
Yeah.
I don't think that matters a whole. I mean, is X really a good search engine?
No, it's not about the search engine. It's more about the card. So when you try to share your website to
on the platform,
yeah, it will display the image and the title properly and all that stuff. It has nothing to do with search.
I think we should probably table this because this is getting pretty
Yeah.
deep.
It's getting deep, 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 guys.
Yeah, for the most part, we were just doubling up what was already there.
Totally confusing.
So do we have a consensus on all of this as far as, like we just said, not putting anything on that?
So yeah, the consensus, just in summary, to keep it simple for everybody, is on the SEO page, what everybody should do it initially is the content section, put a title, a description, keywords, put the author in, put the social image in, and copy the URL, add a canonical link, copy in this URL here in this section here. So you just hit add and paste that URL right here.
Well, you want to make sure that it's a published page because you're going to get a temporary URL until it's published.
Oh yeah, obviously, yeah. So, you're doing these to publish pages, Jonathan, anyway, because they're going through there's 65 pages that are published and adding all this SEO data. But, if like what Jonathan's saying, if I'm building a community page tomorrow morning, I always save and publish the page first, and then I set up the SEO. I don't not save and go to SEO, and because if it's not published, you're going to get these error messages.
One note on this with the just reduced, you might want to put the state in there because I hit this in Wisconsin. If you type in Washington County, there's like 40 different Washington counties around the U.S. So if you want this to be searchable,
oh yeah, Jeff, that's a good point. Yeah, I'm going to do that.
yeah, unless your county is very unique.
Yep.
But is there a Delaware County in Delaware as well as Pennsylvania?
Yep.
Like Philadelphia, you're probably fine.
Yeah.
But I've been finding some odd things with Google with paid ads that it's not smart enough to know the difference between Philadelphia County and with the state after it.
Yeah.
With exact and broad match, it's kind of causing me some headaches.
You probably want to do a phrase match.
Yeah, no, it doesn't find it. It actually, and when it's more exclusions, because I'm trying to avoid Minnesota counties showing up in my Wisconsin search.
So just exclude the area of.
No, it's different. It's because it's a broad match term, so it's a goofy strategy.
Okay, I've just got a real quick question. Because I updated all the pages yesterday. So am I going back in and getting rid of the tags then? And just making sure that that's the URL only in that canonical link?
Yes. Based on what we talked about today, you're just going to hit the 3 trash cans to get rid of the 3 meta tags and paste in the URL and save the page and publish.
I didn't realize also that
which is I have to do myself tonight, guys, because I was putting them in from ChatGPT's instructions. I have them in with the Ahrefs and stuff.
Are you going to redo your training video?
So
that's funny. I wasn't putting that in until you told me to, and then I went back and put it in.
Put them all in
because it didn't seem right, but I couldn't figure out why. I needed Jonathan's mind to show me why it didn't seem right.
Yeah.
Hey, can we see what Tom's talking about with Buying Buddy? Can he pull up a screen and show us?
Yeah, Tom.
Yeah, Tom, can you share your screen?
Yeah, hang on. Give me a minute.
One quick question, Smarty, for the web design. Does Go Eye Level actually have a FAQ module that you can drop in?
Oh yeah, yep. Yeah, if you look at some of my pages, I have FAQs on like rent to own and stuff, Tim.
Yeah, because I mean, it's been back and forth, but FAQs for a while were getting you a lot of SEO traffic. So people were putting FAQs on every page.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a pre-made widget to drop on the page, just the same as the pre-made widget for the about page.
Yep.
So the thing about
drop
that,
it in and put your questions and answers in. It's already built out for you.
Okay.
You just got to put your questions and answers.
Now the question is I would have to look at the source code that generates, but there is a specific data type, like architecture, for the tags to be optimized for Google for that. I mean you might if it's not the only thing is if it's not if the widget or the element or whatever you want to call it is not optimized, you could create it and you would just have to
Welcome to the future of home ownership. Hello, I am Smart. I go by.
Got it.
So you could if you have to create it, then you could just drop it in. But let me just look here.
Yeah, it was ranked high, and then with the AI changes, they deranked it, and now nobody knows where it really is in the ranking. So I think you need Href or one of the other paid tools to really see it. Is the problem?
Yeah.
Well, Jonathan is working on that. Let me show you what I'm talking about, and then I'll give you back the screen. So here's my break.
Can you stop sharing so Tom can?
No, he's sharing.
Yeah, this is
Oh,
my
this is
screen.
Tom. Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay, yeah, okay. So homes for sale in Bradenton, this is a handful of zip codes that equal Bradenton, all right? So if I go into refine filters here, and I click on advanced search. Hold on. Shit.
Do you have to put the criteria in before you hit search? Like 3 beds, 2 baths, whatever?
This is another page I'd put state on instead of just Bradenton. I'd have Bradenton, Florida on there as well.
Okay, so I'm in.
Jeff, do you think it's better to spell out Pennsylvania every time or just PA?
Yeah, Google's smart enough to do that.
Okay.
But
Hey Jeff, look at the ChatGPT link I just dropped in the chat.
I got failed to load shared.
That's stupid.
Okay, guys, on my screen here, sorry, Jonathan, I don't mean to be stepping on you here. If you remember, I did a refined search on the city of Bradenton, which I've defined in Buying Buddy as maybe 5 or 6 zip codes. So now I click on refine search, and look what I'm starting with, 98,800 properties. That's the entire stellar MLS.
Okay, close that. Close that, Tom. Close that. And go back and hit refine again.
Okay, so I'm going here. Homes for sale in Bradenton. This is nice. I think I want a home that has a pool.
Go slow now. Now, if you put your information in there, you don't hit advanced search. You're hitting advanced search, and that's letting them set up a whole brand new search. That's not refining this. You have to put your price points in there.
Play around with price points right now. Just say I'm looking for, this is a 4-bedroom. I'm looking for 5.
Well, I understand that'll work. Okay. So I want a 4-bedroom home in Bradenton. We're going to apply that. All right. Here's all the 4 bedrooms. Okay. But now I look at refine. Now I'm like advanced search. Gee, I want it. Let me see.
It's not refined. It's exactly what it says. They're breaking up and they're doing an advanced search from scratch.
Well, yeah. Yeah. I think it's going to be confusing to users. I mean, it would be nice if that advanced search would carry over the same parameters that I had before and give me the option. Now I want to add a home with a pool. Now I want to add a home with a 3-car garage or whatever other parameters that I'm looking for so somebody can drill down.
Is there an option in the building the widget to remove that?
I think
what
there
the
is.
fuck are you doing? The fuck are you doing, dude? ¿Qué onda, güey?
So on a side note to that, Tom, Smarty and I both went back to Paul and told him we need an advanced search outside of the pop-up, so it's going to go to a page. So once it goes to a page, you may be able to put instructions on that page.
Yeah, I would just have to I just have to figure out a way to get this advanced search option taken out of there.
Well, I don't know how many. I don't know how many. I didn't even know it was there, so that's why I asked you to put up the screen. I didn't even notice until you brought it up.
I wondered the same thing as Tom though, because I'm thinking like Tom, you know.
How many users do you have that do an advanced search, Tom?
Beats me. I have no way of tracking it.
It's got to be a real small percentage.
I mean, in all actuality,
that's not the question. We're paying for a service, and if it ain't working, it needs to work. That's the point. If they've got an advanced search, it either works or they need to remove it. One of the two.
Well, Campbell, it works, but
it works. Not the way Tom wants it.
Parameters.
Yeah, but I mean, why would I be sitting here looking for homes in Bradenton and then click on advanced search and end up with homes in Orlando or freaking Puerto Rico, which is where Stellar covers?
Yeah.
You won't end up there unless you don't fill it in properly.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, exactly. But people don't know. You're looking at you guys. We're all defining neighborhoods, and we understand neighborhoods. For example, Lakewood Ranch is 3 zip codes cover Lakewood Ranch. Lakewood Ranch is not a city. It's a collection of zip codes. People don't know that. So they would have no way of knowing when they click on my Lakewood Ranch search that Lakewood Ranch is really 3421102 and 34240. It's not the city of Lakewood Ranch. So then people get lost and they go, okay, well then I'm out of here.
Here's a way to solve it. We need to go to Paul and ask him, what does this advanced search supposed to be and how is it supposed to work? So we got a screenshot of this, Smarty. So let's take it to Paul and have him square up with us and let us know what it is.
So I think the message to Paul is, because you're right, Arthur, we have to just have clear instructions for him. We know what advanced search does now, meaning that you could open up and do a search and change the beds and baths and it works great. You apply, you change the budget, whatever, and it stays where you're at and it just refines it. If you hit the advanced search, a screen comes up and you're starting from scratch and you're putting in all your parameters and looking for new homes.
Yeah, so here's the new, so if you want to grab that screen, this is what you get when you get the advanced search. That is really a custom search that you're building from scratch.
Yeah, it's a custom search. It's a custom search.
Yeah, it's not really a filter. It's a full-blown from scratch
Well,
filter.
maybe it needs to be taken out instead of being inside the filter drop down, be there separately.
Well, yeah, I was saying
go to Buying Buddy and go to widgets, because I just did that, and on the search form I'm seeing an option, show advanced filter panel when the search form loads.
Yeah,
it's a checkable box.
I have seen that.
So actually, yeah, I'd have to look at that specific widget, but my guess is you can turn off the advanced filter.
Yeah.
But okay, guys, I think we need to think of this from the buyer's perspective and how they search. And going back to using this Florida example, if somebody wants a home with a pool, how can they accomplish that search?
They'd have to build a search from scratch. And then they would have to be knowledgeable enough about the area. So if we got somebody coming down from Wisconsin that wants to live in, a certain area, they don't know how to define that area.
So currently we can't do a search for your area and refine it. Show me homes that have a pool. Is that correct?
We can refine to bedrooms and bathrooms, and we can refine to price.
Right. So I think we need an expanded refining.
Yeah, maybe that's not possible. If it is, we'll take out the advanced search button and we'll just live with it.
It doesn't look like you can do it on the grid.
It all depends on your MLS. The area issue you may not be able to resolve because that is how the MLS is feeding it. And I know that my MLS in New Jersey, Monmouth and Ocean, it does some funky stuff like that occasionally. So I don't know how much you're really going to be able to fix them on the area issue with someone searching from out of state.
Well, it wouldn't be that difficult. The search already knows the parameters that it used to build the initial search. For example, one community in
The issue is how the MLS sets the data up. If the MLS sets the data up,
but we build the search. But we build the searches around that. And let me give you an example. I don't want to take up too much time on this, but in an area that we deal with, Jonathan, Lakewood Ranch, a very popular area, second or third fastest growing community in the United States. Unfortunately, I live in the middle of it. Traffic's a nightmare. But people think Lakewood Ranch is a city. It's not a city. So us realtors wanting to capitalize on the growth of Lakewood Ranch, when we put a listing in there, we put a listing in that says 1234 Main Street, Lakewood Ranch, Florida. The next realtor uses the proper postal address. He'll put down 1235 Main Street, Bradenton, Florida. That's the correct address. So if you search city equals Lakewood Ranch, you're only getting half the Lakewood Ranch listings. That's one example of ways in which we either use mapping or we use zip codes to properly define areas that are not specifically named, but what people are looking for. It doesn't take rocket science, Jonathan, you can vouch for this, to be able to, for that refined search, to understand when the button is clicked within a search, it should already know what the initial parameters were. And then you just add to it. You're just building to it. You're just adding another parameter is all you're doing.
Sorry. Tom?
Yep.
Can you do that? Can you accomplish what you want to accomplish on your Real Geek search, on your Real Geek site?
No, because, and what I ended up doing is building just a god-awful, oh, hey, you want to search pool homes? Boom, here's all the pool homes.
Mm-hmm.
How about all the pool homes with 3-car garages? How about the pool homes without 3-car garage? I mean, there's no end to it.
So I guess my question is, if you can't do it in another search, then maybe it's what the person before was saying, is that it's an issue with the MLS that you can't do it.
Well, I don't think it really is, because they already know the MLS.
It's a capability within the MLS. It's just a matter of them Paul setting it up.
Yeah, Paul would just have to redefine what that is.
So you know what? I don't think I want the shopper to be able to do that.
Well, that's the other.
I want the shopper to say, I want them to pick up the phone and say, hey, this is what I'm looking for.
Yeah, you're right
Help
about
me find it.
You're right about that. There's some value. That's our job.
Right. So I mean, I follow a bunch of other sites. I was just hopping one after the other, and not one of them offers an advanced search, but a couple of them have more defined filters other than just those 3. So I mean, I don't know if you're going to find it on any site exactly what you're looking for.
What does Redfin look like? Because that's a very user-friendly site. It might be something good to model.
I mean, the main thing is okay. I mean, yeah, I'm kind of with Bob on that, because part of my script is when I get somebody even on my paid sites, not my JonathanLusher.com, but the sites that I actually pay for SEM and stuff on and get leads through, it's not necessarily always the most user-friendly interface. And the reason why is because part of my script is when I call them, I'm like, hey, I see you're looking at this city. What are you looking for specifically, so I can customize your search so you are only seeing the types of properties that you're looking for? I mean, if you're giving them the ability to find exactly what they're looking for, even Zillow doesn't allow that. And it's supposed to be the friendliest website available worldwide.
Yeah,
Excuse me, worldwide.
Yeah, exactly. Half of them will go by, let me drive by the house, see if I like the neighborhood, or write down the name of the listing agent, and then boom, off you go.
Yeah, I mean the main thing is that like I I don't think is I don't I mean I get what you're saying, Tom, and I mean yeah, it could be done, but I mean you may not want it to be done because at the end of the day, you want to get that person on the phone and you want them to engage with you. If they have the ability to search on your website, they may search on your website and go use your website to feed listings to another agent.
You know, we've all had clients that have said, "Hey, I'm finding homes. Another agent sending me property, but I want you to show it to me." Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
But guys,
so there's no
just
place,
to
there's
show
no
you,
place
like,
on there to do an advanced search.
yeah, so it's very easy to do. We'll talk to Paul, but basically, like this is Redfin. You have your basic search, which Paul's given us, and then there's a button, right? The button here is all filters, but you see the number 4 there because I already said I've got for sale, price, beds, type of house.
And that
So
says
I
add
click on
filters.
this. When I click on this, it saved those 4, and then I could say I'm also looking for square footage or waterfront with a fireplace, right?
But there's no pool.
There's no pool. Yeah.
Right there, pool type.
Yeah, pool. Yep.
Oh, pool type. Okay, yeah.
That's because nobody in their right mind puts a pool in Philadelphia. You can only swim in it for 3 weeks out of the year.
Yep.
That's not true. I can tell you that during COVID, if I could get a pool home, I could sell it for 20% over list price in 25 minutes.
Yeah.
Because the pool companies were so backed out, people couldn't get a pool put in.
You know what it costs to put a pool in here in Florida? About $120,000 now.
Jesus.
Wow.
So this is what I'm going to talk to Paul about is just have like a button to say all filters, and then you put whatever else you want and you save, right? In the refine. So that's an easy for him to do.
I would say instead of it being refined search, I think it should say additional filters.
Additional filters. Yeah.
Well, it doesn't say refined search. It says refined filters. That advanced search needs to come off. Smarty, we talked about that. Advanced search needs to be a page. So somebody specifically wants to architect their own search pattern and nothing else.
That's a great idea.
Marty, did you get my code working on your site yet?
No, I haven't had time. I got to do that. I'm going to try to do it maybe tonight.
Well, see, look, this is a different widget, and it has what does the filters look like there?
So I could go into map view, full screen.
Oh, it's up there to the top. It has filters.
Yeah.
Yeah, but this is the listing results. That's the thing. This is the actual listing results page. It's not a widget.
Well, it is a widget. You had to make this widget and put it on this page.
Yeah, so the one he's not doing though is when I click on the filter, it let me just see if it saved it. So if I pick I don't know, we'll do 650,000, 3-bed.
Yeah, it's going up. It says 5 selected.
Yeah, so this is actually what Redfin gives us. So we have 6 selected. This is what you want, Tom, right here. So Tom, he actually does what you're asking for.
What search is that though?
So
it's the results page.
It's the listing results page. So if I start at Smarter the Realtor, let me do it again. Oh, let me get rid of all this shit. Smarty the Realtor. I'm searching for a home. I pick my price point, pick my beds. I say search. So I have it brought over my price, my beds, and then over here I want to put more filters on it. Boom. It copied everything I wanted, Tom. So now I'm only at 1,300, not 16,000. And now I can start saying I want community, amenities. I want an art studio, a bar, a lounge, right?
Yeah, I got it. But I mean, that's doing it from the search that you're building. It's not doing it on these, what I'm referring to. I realized that's a search widget, but on the widget where
you refine it yourself when you make the widget. You have to answer the questions of what you want up there. So this is a
So-
widget. You could put this widget on a page.
So what I would do, this is my suggestion, and I mean, technically, we're building all those pages as community pages. You don't necessarily want somebody to be able to refine or work off of that. So
Correct.
what I would do is I would remove the hide, um, on the page that where it says. So you have the option to hide the header, and you could hide the header, and that way it just shows the yeah. So if you click on grid, that's what it is, and you go to next, and then just keep that, and then next again. So this you would just hide the header, and that way it would just show the actual properties, and then they click on the property, and other than that, you don't want them to do anything else there. That
But
would
you
be
would,
the ideal solution.
would you
No,
still
I don't
get the
know. Yeah. So why I'm doing this real quick, if Chris, if you're still on, here's the city. So I could search by city and then by high price. And then if I grab this code and let's head over to the system and let me just pop it in here.
I'm here, Smarty. Thank you.
I just showed you sort by city. And then I open the code and I pop that in. Save.
So Tom, you were saying something.
No, I'm just watching what he's doing.
And then if I open the page, here it is right here. And there's no header, Tom. So like, well, I like this house, but let me refine my, this doesn't even have a, oh no, here it is here. So can I refine?
No.
No, because
No, because you're on a listing. There's
I'm
nothing to
actually on a
refine.
list. I'm on a listing, yeah. So that's what hide the menu does, guys. So if I say hide the menu, I don't get any of this stuff. I just get a section that has just the homes.
Was there another option in there in addition to hide the header to hide the
Well, there's two
advanced
different
search?
headers to hide.
There's
So I
two
mean,
different headers. So let's take a
you
look.
you can leave one and hide the other.
Let me get
And
rid
it
of.
kind of shows you when you're doing it. It
You
kind of
can
shows you what
either
goes where.
hide the entire header or hide the controls where it says my account and stuff.
Are you guys taking into account mobile users versus desktop users?
Yes.
Are you showing them a different? We've been doing grid only for mobile, map grid for desktop. And that's
So
converting
if you use map grid, it automatically consolidates down to just grid on mobile.
okay, so it's okay. Yeah, the only other caveat is if you have 10,000 listings showing up, it blows their mind and they don't click on anything. So you got to segment down for mobile traffic.
If I go back and look at my Real Geek site, which we've been running for 3 or 4 years, over 70% of our activity is coming from mobile devices. So I have to discipline myself not to live on what's showing up on my desktop machine. That's
Yeah.
not what most of my people are experiencing.
That's right.
Yeah, PPC right now is 80 to 85% mobile.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
I mean, these widgets are responsive, so I wouldn't worry about being mobile friendly.
Yeah, and you could check it on your desktop just by, reducing your screen.
Yeah, just come over here. What's this look like on a mobile device?
There it is.
Here's my mobile. And then these are the carousels.
Yeah.
So the one thing I would do is increase your padding on mobile, Smarty, because you got some tight padding in there.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna mobile optimize this week.
And you may not need the font that big either, Smarty.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna go through and just refine all the mobile view. And I don't to get rid of the pads here. So guys, just to show if you guys aren't familiar, all your newbies, right? When you're in the editor, right? This is the desktop. Over here is the mobile app. So you could design for mobile here. You see that, Chris? And then you come down here and you could start.
Yep, I'm with you.
You could start tweaking the mobile view. So if I want these to be, right now they're 28 font size. If I wanted to go 24, right, I could change it this way. It's 24 on the desktop, and then, you know, on here it's a different font altogether, 38.
So if there's a button up there, you see that little button? It's the third one in from the right. Third one in from the right. No, on the top navigation on this, over. No, I'm sorry, the other right. Sorry. So from the end of the left section, third one in from the right. Yeah, you can click on that. And then you got to put it in the mobile view. And then click it, and then scroll down on your mobile view a little bit. All right, click it once. Now that you have the code showing, click that button again, up at the top. Oh, it's not going to load. Darn it. Well, so that is theoretically going to allow you to see what the custom code has, but because it's dynamic and it's pulling from JavaScript, it's not doing it.
Yeah, this has you could also do cookie consent here, guys. You could turn that on.
That's going to give a banner on the page.
Yeah. If you want cookies, there's a lot you could do up in here. The tracking code, if you want to put specific pixels on a page, this is where you do it.
Why would you want to do that? Doesn't Google track the pages that are being accessed anyway by the primary?
There's certain like marketers that have like a certain page on their website. They want a different pixel on there or different tracking codes, Tom. So they give you the flexibility, but most of us are just going to put pixels on the entire website. But most website builders give you the ability to put code on the page level or site level for that, you know, to give you ultimate control of how you want your site to behave and be tracked. Rory, do you have a question?
Yes, sir. You were going to speak to Joe about re-engaging all of those that had been involved before. I've been involved with the website, checking values and all that before I moved over. Did you ever do that?
Yes, yeah, we did, and that's one more thing I wanted to show you guys. I played around with it this morning. Bob and I met. Let me show you what I did.
I have two more questions too.
Let me save that. So I'm working on a new workflow for everybody.
I had about 200 of those.
So I called it client reaches out. is the name of the workflow. And it's not in your account yet. I want to get everybody's opinion on it. But basically, for all the emails that are coming out of the system, we have buyer emails, we have seller emails. On the buyer ones, the two most prevalent ones to track is when they click on just listed or just reduced homes are in most of the buyer emails. So they are trigger links. And then the seller ones, a lot of the seller ones are, check your home value, check your cash offer. So what this workflow is going to do is when somebody pushes one of those buttons in those emails, I have it set up to tag the person with a new tag. Bob and I talked about this. So Bob, what I did was I did specific tags for what they clicked on. So we could build smart lists if you want a smart list. So these are all the people that check just reduced. The people coming down here when they click on just listed, that'll be another class of people. And then I have cash offers and home values. And then I did create a task for everybody. So when they do click those, you're going to get a task in your system. So if I go to Smarty, who's that? I got to shut down. So on the contact screen, up top, you have your task library. So Bob and I like to manage things by task. So I have 21 tasks I have to get through tomorrow. There's a couple were from yesterday and some older ones that I haven't followed up. But in here, Emily's having a baby, but she said reach out in the spring. So I had a date to talk to her the other day, which I didn't call her yesterday or whatever. I'm going to be calling her tomorrow morning. So in that workflow I just showed you, we will create a task for you. So it could be in your thing. So it'll say, Mary Smith is checking out just listed homes. Reach out to her. So that's a trigger for you that you can click here and say it's done. There's a little checkbox to say it's done. You could mark it complete by just going down the list and checking them. And then if you wanted to change the dates and due dates, you could do it right here. So if I want to talk to them Friday, I just update the date there. So with this new capability, Rory, we're going to now start tracking more activity on the emails and notify you, through a task that has to be set. And then you can create smart lists so you can see all the people that, check their cash offer or their home value. Bob, is there anything you want to add to that?
Does that go back and tag the entire database?
Well, it's tagging people that are engaging on any of those emails.
What if they did it a year ago?
They're going to get a tag. Oh, no. This is, well, those already, you already have that. If you go to your smart list for the last year, I've been tagging them with, like if I come here, that's one of my biggest smart lists here is people that check their cash offer and values on iList. So I have 895 sellers that have gone up to my website and looked at their cash offer. And what we've done is I loaded those 895 into a robo dialer, and we have acquisition managers. So Tom Kelly has Walter on our team. He's making outbound calls to all these sellers, and we're lining up appointments. We have an appointment tomorrow morning at 8 from this list. So these are the emails that go out. If they check their cash offer, their home value email, you'll see this, Rory. You'd want to create a smart list for anybody that, if I look at my filters, this one is anyone that checked a website tag or a hot seller lead tag. The difference between the two is in my automations, the first time they come through and check their value or cash, they get a checked website. If they check it again, maybe another email comes out a week later and they check the button again, they're going to get it moved. They're going to get set as a hot seller lead.
So Smarty, how do you have a buyer in that smart list?
Where do you see that?
The one with no address, your The cursor's just above it.
Oh, right here. Yeah. Oh, this is one of my groups. They got an email from me. This is a girl that I know. So I sent. She got a. She should have got like an offer where she ended up selecting that home, because if I look down here, yeah, she was marked as a seller as well, so she was getting some of the other automations. So, but normally you're only going to get whoever gets one of those emails when they click that button. That's when they're going to go up and they click the button. I can't tell, like in what Bob, what you're saying is they get tagged as long as they click the button in the email, but they should be getting the email. They should be.
This person shouldn't have got the email because you didn't have an address for them.
Yeah, we don't have an address on them. Correct.
Guys wondering how that happened.
Yeah.
But to go back to the tasks, so you could filter in there as well. So like when this starts running, and I mean, you don't even have to go there. You just go to the search bar and you'll put in, that's why you're going to put in expired. You put expired in the search bar, it'll bring up the expired task. You do those first. Then you put FSBO in there, you do your FSBO next. And like one of the tasks I have in mind is to remove people from mailbox power when the active tag goes on. So, and then if you're doing stuff for yourself, you want to be consistent, just like Smarty is here. He's got using reach out every time. These are tasks he put in himself.
Yeah.
But if you're consistent in how you put your own tasks in, you can refine it that way. So you don't need, and the whole purpose of this task section is to bring the hand raisers in. So
can I finish my question here? The problem that I have, Smarty, is that all of those that engaged when my site was with Joe are not tagged with this tag. Are not tagged, check my website. I only have like 18, and there's about 200 that actually checked it when I was at on Joe's site, on Joe's system. You were going to check that out to see if there was a way to.
Oh, that's a different question.
Get that great. Well, you didn't let me finish my question. You guys kind of jumped in there. Here's my other question, Smarty. If I create an you were going to re-engage SMS, I think. I thought you said that. But if I create text messages, if I change one of yours, will it get overwritten? Or should I just create a new?
Oh, no. So I'm not going to override any of the text messages and emails that I gave you guys in 5. So they're yours.
Okay. But you understand what I'm saying about all of the engaged?
You've had 20 people check the website.
Yeah, but there's about 200 of them over on Joe. If I go in and check in Joe's system of all the people that have checked, there's a bunch of them.
It sounds like, Bob, what I'm thinking is he doesn't have the integration between iList and the CRM. You're saying that in your iList.
I think he's asking for the past people that checked. I don't know if that's possible.
Yeah, but if it was set up correctly when he was on Joe's site, nothing would have to be done. Nothing had to be done when I switched over to Smart.
Yeah, none of mine came in. Nothing changed, Rory. Nothing changed, Rory, when you came over. It's the same site.
Well, then why aren't they there?
Okay, so what I think he's asking is he wants to have the history from prior to being on ProEdge that he has in iList.
I want the people who checked website at iList to be checked website here.
And so he's looking for the history. I don't know if we can give him the history. That can you import history, Smarty?
So wait, hold on a second.
Something's not adding up.
Rory, you had iList standalone and GHL at the same time? And you're saying that the people that
I had Joe's version of this system. So if I go into Joe's system and I look at all the people that have visited for from today back through, let's go through January of 24.
So you had Joe's GHL version, not iList in a different GHL. You had literally Joe's CRM.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. So what he's going to have to do, Smarty.
So if okay, so hang on just a second. If I go back to January of 2023, there's 274 over there, not 18 or 20.
Okay. So what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to get those 274 in a CSV file and bring them over with that tag on them. There's no way to get a tag from Joe's system into another system, whether it's Smarties, Sierra Interactive, or anywhere else you're going to go. There's
no way to get these out of this system in a CSV that I can tell.
You
can't get them out of Joe's system in a CSV.
So wait, I thought we migrated you. You're not in Joe's other system.
I'm not, but all of the prior visitors still show. If I go back into the marketplace dashboard, No,
wait. So let's put apples to apples, right? So
no. Listen to me.
We don't talk about the CRM. What we're talking about is iList itself, the platform. Because you just said it to me. When I go into Joe's platform, I see all these visitors, and they're not in the CRM. That's right. That's what we're talking about.
The visitors are in there. The visitors are in there, but the tags
Wait, Smarty,
are not.
let him talk. The visitors are in his old.
The visitors are there, but the freaking tags are not there.
No. What I'm saying, guys, hang on a second. I have administrative rights to Joe's CRM on Go High Level, Bob.
Okay.
This is Joe's CRM, not mine. Convo host. Okay. If I search for Rory, because when you guys came over from Joe's CRM to me, most of you, I did a transfer of the sub account. So Rory, we transferred your Joe's CRM into me, and then I applied my update to it. Rory does not exist in Joe's Go High Level CRM because we moved it over to Smarties, which means everything came over whole. The contacts, everybody that was in Joe's is in mine because it's just a straight transfer of the sub account. Similar to what we do with the platform. It's a transfer. But Rory, what I'm hearing you say is in the cash offer world, you're coming in here and you're saying up in the dashboard and all for visitors, you're seeing more visitors here. Like if I go back
to 2023,
I go back to like,
exactly.
Go back to last July or whatever and hit search. Maybe. That's weird.
A lot of data.
It is a lot of data.
But the issue is that when you transfer them over, tags don't come over. So he's got to be able to identify those 274 and put the tag on them.
Well, I think if he did what he said and moved the sub account, then everything would have moved over, like the tags and everything else.
Yeah, tags come over, guys. When I do a transfer and Go High Level, you move the entire sub account from one agency to another. Everything comes over in whole.
Smarty, there's no way for your tags to come over when your tags weren't in the other site.
That's exactly
right,
but
what I'm saying
These are
is,
unique tags to your system.
But what I'm saying, Bob, is if he logs into mine, it was the same as Joe's. If he knows the tags that were in Joe's, he could search the contacts and still find those people.
Right, but there's no way that your tags are going to be in your CRM when you brought them over because your tags weren't in Joe's CRM.
Correct. So Rory, if I come over here to yours and I go to the contacts, your 100 and some people are here, right? You have 700 people here.
Go to master real estate smart list.
Oh, you know what? I don't have that. I don't have your smart list because smart lists are tied to the user login.
Okay, all right.
But if I go into here, I need to have you drive because, like, this is me. This is more like me. I have 778 sellers in the last 10 months that went and saw their values. Right here, there's an export button where I can export these and bring them.
Where? Show me.
Right here, an export. But let's do this. Let's have you share. I'm going to stop sharing.
Got to get out of this other computer. Hang on a minute.
Yep,
I want you to use this laptop for.
And what we're going to do is we're going to go into your iList and we're going to look at a couple visitors from like 6 months ago. We'll get their names, and then we're going to go in the CRM and we're going to search for their name.
Hang on a minute.
Because like Bob's saying, they won't have the same tag as mine because they didn't click a button from my email.
If I can export them and tag them, that solves my problem.
Still be in your CRM database.
It's not going to solve your problem, Rory, because they're already in Smarty's system. You're going to end up with 2 of all of them.
Oh, I thought
it will update again.
I thought you could do an update.
No, it'll update. It
won't duplicate. It will update as long as the phone number and the email are the same.
Yeah, I don't believe it updates because then I'll give you an example. I've had people that were expired that went to list pendants, same email, same phone number, same name. And I have mine set up not to bring in duplicates, and it's still coming in that way. And I don't know if it's considered a duplicate because it has it's a list pendants now when it was an expired before. I just cleaned up 3 or 4 of them in my system over the weekend. Because I'm doing my cleanup.
That there, Bob, could just be a MyPlusLeads API problem. Like the import tool, if we take a CSV and we import, the import respects duplicates. So you could say key off of the email or the phone number. If the email exists, it'll do an update. If the email doesn't exist, it'll do a create. So let's figure this out.
I've done an update.
Hang on, man. I'm working on it.
Okay.
I've done an update with the CSV file, and it did not create duplicates. So it can be done. It might be that there's a high level quirk going on with your account. But I have done that.
I'm thinking, Noel, it's even that he's getting it from MyPlusLeads. So it just could be the API. MyPlusLeads is inserting records from the API, and they're treating it as 2 different people because it started as expired, then it became a list pendants. So it's
actually, Bob, I think I know what your problem is. You're using Zapier, and Zapier is No, you're not.
I don't use Zapier for anything.
What are you using then?
It's an automatic integration.
Yeah, MyPlusLeads automatically.
MyPlusLeads is so powerful, and because MyPlusLeads, they're in our system automatically. So if an expired goes active, it tells our system it's active. Yeah. And it deploys everything to shut it off in our system. So I mean, it's the API is going back and forth all the time. If I get a FSBO at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, I get a new lead at 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Is that API creating like a new MyPlusLeads contact number, and that's what's being checked, and so another one's created?
I'm thinking they're probably tying to the create lead record instead of create update lead.
Oh, that could be too.
Yeah. Yeah. And Arthur, I see your hand raised. I wanted to call you to the table because Arthur found something over the weekend he wants to share with everybody, and we want to have a conversation around these MyPlusLeads coming in. So while Rory's getting set up, Arthur, do you want to talk about what you found? And by the way, Arthur, I went into MyPlusLeads, and my leads that came in today, I didn't see those extra tags coming in.
That's interesting. Maybe it's just from my area, but I followed up because it's something that really Bob had mentioned a couple of days ago. And the same day, through MyPlusLeads, I'm getting free and clear tag, absentee tag, high equity, and also an empty nester tag. That's coming in through.
Yeah, share your screen. Let's take a look at it. I don't know if it's maybe something we have to set up on My Plus Leads to get those, or you said you just started seeing them, like leads are coming in and have these extra tags.
I haven't noticed them in GHL. I noticed them on My Plus Leads.
So I wonder if there's a setting in My Plus Leads we have to check to get those extra tags, or maybe it's the subscription you have, Arthur. You have a different plan than us.
Just the pre-foreclosure and the regular ones, what, $98 a month? And it says, but now they're starting to pop up and say premium.
Here's a question, Smarty. Joe said he was going to be enriching data. Is there any chance he's got his contact sync between Joe, My Plus Leads, and Go High Level, and the tags are actually coming from Joe right now? He got slid in by accident into Falcon early.
No, these are coming from My Plus Leads. I noticed it too, and I alerted Smarty of it.
Yeah,
they're My Plus Leads, as all of a sudden, if you go into your My Plus Leads account and look at your expireds today. Now I haven't seen it in my Go High Level account, and maybe Arthur has, but it's definitely there. All these tags are there.
Interesting.
Which is beautiful, because we had Ross around the short sale. So if there's no equity or low equity houses and stuff, this will help us. That's part of all of our logic and rules that we could have to tag them. But now if it's already coming in that way, it's free and clear, or it's an empty nester, we could do things to that contact differently.
Yeah, like I had 20 list pendants this morning, and like half of them were high equity, so they're not even in trouble. Yeah, so like today I had two of my expireds were absentee owners, and an absentee is inside of Go High Level, and absentee has been coming in forever inside of Go High Level because we have a custom field for occupied or absentee. But you as an agent have to go down. In the morning, part of my process is to go down. If it's absentee, I go in and I add the absentee automation to it. So I send them both. Actually, I add the absentee to start 2 days later, so they're not getting an email two different emails a day. They're just getting more than, every 5 days like it's set up. They're getting one every 2 or 3 days.
Can you see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oops, that was me. Sorry. Let me.
Yeah, there it is. But Arthur, are you seeing them inside of Go High Level, or just like me, you're only seeing them here?
No, I'm only seeing them here.
Yeah, that's what I was telling you, Smarty.
Yeah, that's what we got to find out, is how can they feed us with these other tags.
So the absentee comes in because we have a field that is either owner occupied or absentee, and it changes. So like if he were to go into his account and open up this Ann Cornell, that absentee is in there. It's just not as a tag. It's going in a custom field that you have set up for our leads.
Well, I figure I'll let you tech guys figure it out for me.
Yeah, so it's all there. So, what we have to do is I'm just going to go to the support team at My Plus Leads and find out how can we get these other tags sent with the interface.
Yeah, because it would be nice for me. I get a lot of absentee owners here in Florida, so that would really work great for me.
Well, Arthur, the absentee is already there.
They're already
there? So if
there?
you want to go to GHL, I'll show you where that is and pull up that Ann Cornell.
Okay.
The absentee has been coming in forever.
Huh. Okay.
It's just not coming in as a tag.
Go to contacts and look for that person right there. You could just hit the filter up there and just type in their name or
You type in Cornell.
Cornell.
So, I think I might have taken Cornell out because I'm using certain parameters that I'm not going after certain leads. So I might have taken Cornell out of there. Let me see. Let's see. Okay, here's an expired.
Yeah, but I need one that is absentee. I can't show. Well, I'll show you where it is. Yeah, I can show you where it is, even if it doesn't say absentee.
Okay. You want to share your screen, Bob? Or
no, just open up any of your
open
leads.
up any record.
It's not, I'll show you where. I'll show you where it would be.
Gotcha. Okay.
And maybe you get lucky. Maybe you got an absentee right there.
Okay.
So go down on the fields, Arthur, on the left.
You start scrolling down.
Do it a tag?
Nope, it's not a tag.
Okay.
No, you got go back up.
Go up.
You got to open up the home detail.
Home detail.
Home details, I think, is where it's at.
Okay. MLS.
Then go down.
That is
right there. If it's where it says owner occupied, yes. If it's absentee, when My Plus leads come in, that'll say absentee there. So part of my routine every morning is to go and check those. And if it's absentee, add them to the absentee program as well as the expired.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Well, you can just have a automation check that field to see if it's absentee and then put a tag on it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I can definitely set that up. That's an easy one, Jonathan. They also have the equity stuff in here too. There's equity fields? Did it populate any high equity?
Here again, I would have to know where to search.
Yeah, it's in that. Look in that list. See if there's any values. Well, what you could do is at the very top. This is the easiest way to navigate this list, guys, is go to the very top and check hide empty fields.
Oh, okay.
See the hide empty fields right there, and now you're only dealing with fields that have values, and you can see what's been populated from My Plus leads.
Gotcha. Okay. Right. So, like you said, owner occupied. Yep. That has the value. Okay.
Now open up some of those other tabs there because there may be general information, financial details. Look at financial details.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's no fields populated in financial details. Additional information.
Yeah, that's going to be like the second party. That doesn't. So this is how you tell. So this right here, if you go down where it says contact phone 1, this person is on the do not call list, and it's a landline. That O is a landline. The second number is also on the do not call list, and the second number is a landline.
Okay.
So this is where you go if you get somebody that the SMS doesn't go through.
Yeah.
This is where you would go to find out if it was a landline or not. And what I do now is I don't even wait. I check it when I'm going through it in the morning. And if that's a landline, I look through and try to find one that's mobile and it's not DNC. If I don't find one, I just turn off the SMS right then and there. I don't even let it send one.
Exactly. Okay. Gotcha. True.
Hey, Bob, couldn't you do a workflow that automates that?
I don't know, but I have to check mine anyway because my MLS is so screwed up. So I would say somewhere in the neighborhood of 40% of my expireds aren't expireds. They just sold on a different MLS. So I don't want all this. I don't want to start hitting. And half the time it's the new owner that's in the house that's getting the stuff from me. I get calls. Hey, I just bought this house. What do you mean it expired? So I have to check them anyway because my MLS sucks.
Okay.
So I just do the whole thing.
But I mean, you could do a check all those fields. If each one is a 0, then you could mark it as a landline or whatever, and turn on the
turn off SMS. Yeah.
Yeah, but the fields will go forever. If they got 10 phone numbers, you're going to get contact 4, contact 5, contact 6.
Well,
That's what was
you-
happening when Smarty did have it set up, and everything was going haywire because it was trying to put the next number in.
Yeah, I had an automation that was cycling through them all, and if this one didn't work, grab the next one up. Try that one.
Got it.
But there was no way for the system to find out if it was a landline or not.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You can test the landline field. If it's a 0, then you know it's a landline. Then you can eliminate that number or mark it. If none of them are a 1 or whatever, then you would just mark it D&D SMS.
Yeah. So I'm looking at one now that came in from a list pendants this morning. That it was high equity, and none of that. If I can't, I have mine blocked, so if the field's not in there, I don't see anything. I don't see anything that says high equity in here.
So they're on My Plus, you're seeing it's high equity, but on the CRM, they're not carrying that forward.
Right. Well, we don't have a field for it, probably. So what we're going to want them to do is have them create tags. So the tag comes in absentee, the tag comes in high equity.
High equity, yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. High equity, there's all kinds of stuff. And there's nothing in here that brought that in.
I mean,
Nothing.
There's no equity field under financials as to what's there.
Well, I mean, I have to open up and look at all fields instead of just ones are filled, but it doesn't matter. Let's see here. And this lead source, household income, liquid assets.
Yeah, what would you call high equity? I mean, that's the question.
Well, I would have to ask them. So yeah, I don't see anything. There's all kinds of crap like cooling type and building.
Yeah, no. I do have 2 fields in your system. One's called equity percentage, and the other one's called estimated.
I found it.
They're both under the financial details section.
Yeah, but they're both looking for numbers, so we need to have.
Yeah, we want to have a tag so we can create smart lists and do actionable stuff.
Or at least have a field because that. So there's no way that even if My Plus Leads was trying to put it in, we really don't have a field for it to go in. So like we have the owner occupancy absentee, that's easy for them to fill that because, we have a field for it. What field would you put in for it to be able to capture that? We just need to call. I'll call them tomorrow morning and ask them.
I'm on them right now. I'm on chat with them. Let me see what she says.
Yeah, all we'd have to do is have them come in as tags. And then now you got to tell your India people that we're going to need that to have it happen too as well.
Yeah.
If the Indian people ever make it.
Yeah.
Are they going to present this week?
I think we have something on Thursday. So I just sent the My Plus Leads support person, Jennifer. I asked her the question if we get these as tags. Let me see what she says.
I apologize if I wasn't muted before when I had a little colorful language.
Oh, you're fine. We had a laugh for it.
I heard a laugh and then I figured, oh, was that me?
Did somebody cut you off when you were driving?
Yeah, somebody's nuts. This freaking somebody was right on my ass.
Yep.
I hate driving in
she just
Phoenix.
said, my Plus Lead support person just told me, she said they just started tracking these less than a week ago. And they can't come in as tags yet, but she's going to check with development to see if there's future plans to bring them in as tags.
That was fast.
Yep. So they just.
But in the meantime, can we put a custom field that it'll fall into? Like the absentee does?
I just asked her that. We'll see what she says.
Does anybody have like any discount codes greater than 15% for My Plus Leads?
I do not.
I don't know. I have a code for them. Let me give it to you. I have no idea what it gives you, though. Give me a second here.
Marty, I was able to get those to export, but the only way they can export is just by address. I've got the address for everyone, and
yeah, before you export, Rory, what I was curious about is if you go back to those visitors, they give you the person's name. If you go into your contact list in the CRM, are you finding them on the list?
They are. Yeah, they're there. They just don't have the tag.
Yeah, so
Let me know what that gives you.
But you don't have to export, Roy. All you have to do is you find out what tag they do have.
Oh, okay, and then match it to the others. Okay.
And then you could build a smart list from that, and then you could select them all and apply the new tag that I use, seller check website.
Okay, let's just say I'm not successful with that. Can I import by
Yeah,
address?
you could import, yeah.
By address only?
No, you're gonna match by email and stuff.
I don't have an email. I can't do an address match.
No.
Okay.
It'll duplicate. You'll get two records.
There were 303.
Yeah, you definitely want to get them tagged right.
No kidding. Are you planning on re-engaging SMS?
I'm doing it deliberately. So I turned it on for anybody that checks their home values, cash offers, home sales, or just released, just listed. So anybody that reached out, I'm actively sending them a text out back. What I'm not doing is when I get 300 expireds in at the 1st of March, I'm not sending out 300 text messages because that's where everybody gets in trouble. In fact, I don't know if Sandy's here, but Sandy's still here, but she got in trouble today. Her opt-out rate went over 8%. So her phone's about to get suspended.
So I'm going through, and anybody that I don't have an email for, all my SMSs are turned back on, but they're not in any automation. So if I get expireds that only have phone numbers and no email address, I'm putting them on the SMS. If I get, FISBO is usually the opposite, but any lead that comes in, regardless of where it's coming from, if there's no email address, I'm turning on the appropriate SMS.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's another way to approach it, Rory.
Very cool. Thanks.
Yeah, she's going to
another question for you guys.
She's gonna check about if we add the fields, Bob, the extra fields, whether the interface will populate like the absentee does. And if she comes back to me and says we can do it, then I'll add the fields to everybody's system. All right, guys. Any other questions before we shut this down?
Just one last
you know what
thing.
you have to do, James, on the SEO. You got clear instructions on SEO, what you need to do. Same with my boy Andrew.
Anybody else have any clear tips, maybe Bob, on how I can drop something created by ChatGPT into the web page without having to wipe out all the carriage returns and repaginate the entire document? I think you're muted, Bob.
Can you ask that again? I'm not sure I understood.
When I asked ChatGPT, hey, write me a couple of paragraphs on this and such subject, and I want to go drop it into a web page. My lines are maybe only about 20, 25 characters long, and I have to delete the carriage returns on everything in order to repaginate the page. I've tried dropping it into Word. If I drop it into text, it gets even uglier because now I lose everything and just one string of text.
So how are you copying it? Are you clicking the copy button or are you trying to copy it?
Both. I've clicked the copy button and I've dragged everything and I've highlighted, copy and paste. Are you having that?
I was originally, and I forget what I had to teach it to do to make it go in. But I do know that if I use the copy button, I don't have any problems at all anymore. But you might want to, if you're not using Jonathan's method, which I switched to after I did my first few pages, bringing in your second header, copy and pasting that, and then just copying, because that's where a lot of the confusion came in between what's actually the header of the paragraph and the paragraph. But it's a matter of I sometimes ask it that ask it the question tell it I want to be able to copy and paste this into my web page. Could you give it to me in that format?
Yeah, I'll try that. I'll try a couple prompts like that. I've tried don't put carriage returns in it or something, and that doesn't work. But, all right, I'll just keep playing around with it.
So I have less problems when I have emojis. Not the other way around. And a lot of times I don't put emojis on web pages though, but
right. Okay, I'll keep playing with it. No big deal. I don't do enough of it because it's a big problem. It's just a pain in the ass. That's all. Thank you, Bob.
Yeah.
Hello, Campbell. You're muted.
I'm here. Smarty, I was having to grab a bite to eat when y'all were finishing up the discussion on the meta tags. So what's the final word on the meta tags on the pages?
Don't put them in.
So eliminate every meta tag that I put in.
And in the canonical link, you're putting in just the URL for the website.
Just for the web page that it's for?
Yeah. Well, the SEO is on every web page you're on.
So I thought the conical links were supposed to link to other pages on your
No,
website.
no. Conical link is for the SEO setup.
Then I gotta delete it and start all over. So you're telling me that the conical has to be just the web address for the specific page and get rid of all the meta tags.
Correct.
Okay. Good enough.
Hey, Smarty. Is about the SEO meta thing. Since we have our own website, is there anything that we can adapt?
You just have to find out whatever website you're on. Almost website designers have an SEO section.
Mm-hmm.
So you just got to find out, how to optimize the page on that other site.
All right, thank you, Smarty.
I know, like I used to use Wix before. Wix had a section for SEO setup.
Okay. Thank you.
Tom, I'm just doing a quick test for you. So Tom, I'm just doing a blank page. Drop in that, drop in that, drop in a paragraph. Paste. And that's what you're seeing, Tom, right there.
Marty, while you're doing that, when I updated and got rid of the meta tags, you're going to end up with a number 1 beside it on SEO. So you're saying that's okay.
That's okay.
Okay. You guys know more than I do about this.
Yeah, what we found out when we inspected the code underneath the page, it was just duplicating stuff, Campbell, because you already put the title, the description, and the keywords up above.
Oh, it just begs the question, what is that there for then?
We all came to a conclusion, or just as you read it from ChatGPT. ChatGPT said when you truly have other custom links that you want to put on your page.
Oh, okay, I heard that. All right.
Yeah.
That went in one ear, not the other.
Yeah. So Tom, that's not looking too bad what I just did there. You still there, Tom? May have lost him.
It shouldn't come in like that. I had that problem to begin with, and I forget the prompt I gave it to make it stop doing that.
Yeah, Tom, did you see what I just pasted? It didn't. It came in clean as I copied it from ChatGPT.
That wasn't clean, Smarty. That had all kinds of skips in it.
Did it?
Yeah. Or maybe you just have it set up to be in the center instead of.
Yeah, that's what it was. It was a center thing. So all I did here was on this one, I just went over to the right and I said left align, and it's looking pretty good to what ChatGPT gave me. Although I lost the bullets.
Yeah, so you copied and paste. Try hitting the copy button. There's a copy button on ChatGPT.
Yeah, let me do that. Jonathan, have you seen this?
What do you?
It's not respecting the formatting that ChatGPT gave me here.
Yeah, it never does. I don't just drop stuff. I copy one by one. It's never respected the formatting.
If you tell it to generate HTML code and then you drop it in as code, I've done that to fix things.
Yeah, but you're gonna have to use a code widget. You can't just use.
Yeah, it's just same thing. It's just throwing it in.
Yeah.
It's
So
a little.
see what I'm doing here, Tom? I'm saying put it in as code.
You just want to remove all those styles, or make sure that's the only problem is some of that. Just grab the body.
So you're saying just grab.
Down, go lower. You see the body where it starts,
Yeah.
but you don't want the body tag. You just want the div, which that's the beginning of the HTML. And then go to, yeah. So
Right
you
there.
go right there and grab that.
So now, Tom, if I do this, instead of doing text, I'm going to drop in a code box.
Yeah.
And then paste that in there. Save.
I'm not sure if Tom's even here. Oh yeah, he is. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I saw him. He was just on mute. Yeah, that did it, Jeff.
Yeah, it's Go High Level doesn't display it like Lofty and some of the other WordPress.
Yeah. So Tom, did you see what I did? He's probably eating or something. All right, guys. Have a good night. We'll see you. Bob, you're still going to do Wednesday at 4? Yeah. So next up, we'll do Marketing Wednesday with Bob, listening to leads, more stuff.
Is anybody having success with listings to leads and Facebook ads? There's a bunch of posts that in the last couple of days saying the costs have gone through the roof. But other people aren't having any problems, like $3 leads.
I have to look at. I'm running like 5 different ads on there right now, Jeff. Let me look at my cost per lead. I've been in there in a day or so.
Yeah, Scott chimed in and started making some comments about, don't run a crappy house, and that type of, some obvious ones. But it just, yeah, I'm not. Inventory is weird here right now. So with spring not here, so.
I mean the only thing is like my experience with Facebook leads is they're always like bad phone numbers 9 times out of 10. It's just ridiculous in that sense.
Yeah, lead forms aren't working like they used to. You gotta get them to type the data in.
Tom, I just went to listing to leads for myself. I've got 2 running right now. One is for a house that's priced at $350. I'm getting $2.57 per lead. I've got a multi-million dollar house, actually like 1.2 million, that I'm getting $5.75 leads for those.
Yeah, we were running a new home ad, and last week we were doing it was like 880 per lead, and then this week it dropped down to 320.
Okay.
I mean, the longer you run the ad, the better the price is going to
The
get.
price is going to drop the longer, that you're running them.
Okay, so still work. Yeah, I mean, Google right now, I had 3 conversions on Saturday with just house near me type search ads, and but they were still running between $5 and $8 a lead.
Maybe you could teach a class on that.
Are you when you're building your campaigns? Are you how?
I'm working with Corey Prince on it. I'm using his strategy, but it's a Canadian strategy, so we're trying to get it to work for the US. So it's kind of working, but right now I've after about $2,000 spend, I have a lot of data and I need to have ChatGPT go through and pinpoint, because the problem I'm hitting is I've got the whole state of Wisconsin that my mobile ads are dumping to, and they're just it's a rough time converting those because they've got too many listings showing up. So I need to figure out a mechanism to get search to get to a community without making the costs go through the roof. So the balance right now.
If you're trying to do a community, can't you just target a subdivision?
Well, it's more basically it's if you're using something like MLS listings, it's just you don't know what they're searching for. They don't usually search for the community. They're searching county, or they're searching the whole of Milwaukee. Problem is I don't want to deal with the $40,000 houses on the other side of the freeway in Milwaukee. So I'm trying to figure out how to segment that stuff out. So
Are you using an XML feed on Google to push them as like products or something?
no, I haven't gotten that far yet. We're actually, this is just real simple landing page in Lofty.
Lofty might be your problem.
Yeah, no, it's that. Well, we've made some changes to it, so it's not. I don't have all the draconian text on my pop-ups that's killing everybody right now.
Can you A/B test in Lofty?
No.
I would check on maybe trying doing a A/B test in Go High Level, because you can do a landing page and go high level and do A/B testing.
Okay. No, I mean I'm not too worried about that. It's the I'm getting 19% conversion click through. And then I'm getting it's floating between 10 and 18% conversion. So I'm way above industry standards. So the issue is just tailoring it down so you're not getting people looking for something that A, I don't want to drive to, and B, that I don't that's just you're just giving them too much information on their phone. And then the other problem, you get to some communities and there's 3 listings because it's winter. So
are you giving them an IDX feed to sign up, or are you just having them sign up?
Yeah, it's basically just Lofty landing page. Grid on mobile and map grid on desktop. But I mean 90% of my traffic is coming mobile, and so I'm just literally thinking about just running the ads only mobile only. But I've already got a different landing page for mobile than I do for desktop. So again, it's just going through and getting rid of the broad match and going to exact match and phrase match, so I can tailor it down and
Are
get
you
the
using
cost down.
are you using negative keywords?
Yeah, I've got about 980. That's the problem with Corey's strategy.
Loading in those negatives.
Well, no, think of the word MLS. The problem is MLS brings up something soccer. So it took me a month and a half to make a list of all the Major League Soccer around the world, and and that literally apparel became my next problem. So it's just you gotta it's a broad match strategy that you gotta turn into a exact match, phrase match, once you see what's coming out of it and see the cost per clicks.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I had a lot of bleed, like Waukegan, Illinois, which is nowhere near Milwaukee, was a $8.83 click. So getting all that stuff out was a pain. So I'm not there I can audit somebody's campaign, but I'm not 100% sure that this strategy really is all that it's cracked up to be. I'm almost back to mailing postcards.
Well, I would do, if I were you, I mean, I would just do exact match or phrase match and do a bunch of negative keywords on things like I mean, I don't know how I would target negative keywords on mobile homes, rent, things like that.
Yeah, I've got all those lists. It's a hybrid between Eric Preston, who was Agent Launch, and then Corey Prince is the whole Vancouver, British Columbia group who does all the, the Google ads up there.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I've tried doing this in like one city in my area, and I mean, I was getting traffic, but I wasn't getting conversions. That's my main problem.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I'm getting decent conversions. It's just 20% of the conversions already have a realtor who's, a relative.
Mm.
There just isn't enough inventory to look at. So I think that's the main problem right now, and it's not going to change. So,
Well, I mean, even like my sync ads that I'm running, sync manages it, and they're getting I get. I mean, there's no way you can filter out for people that are like already have a realtor. They're just gonna. I mean, I've gotten multiple people that.
no, I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just you hate to spend $6-7 and they have a realtor. So
Mhm.
yeah, I'll report back when I have more, but I'm still trying to build out between Bob's girls videos and trying to have the drip campaign, and I've got some texts that I've automated out. So that's the piece and then the trigger links in the emails going out to segment the list further by what county they're looking at and stuff. So
So are you using I forgot what they call it in Google Ads Manager, but like the little links below the ad?
yeah, yeah. Basically, yeah, they don't get a lot of clicks. So
Actually, a lot of them, that's what I was getting a lot of clicks off of on
okay.
some of my stuff. I mean, what I did is I structured it as like I had like surrounding cities underneath the primary city.
Okay, you did it. Okay, maybe I'll try that because yeah, I've tried the condos, but segmenting the list um by home type effectively.
Mhm.
And they're all clicking on the main link.
I mean, it really depends on. I mean that could work too. I've seen that work as well, but
Right. Yeah, I'm thinking about you doing some stuff specifically long tail with new construction.
mhm.
Mert Sangel out of Chicago, who does content codes. We were talking about that this past weekend. So because there's a lot of if you can find something that you can IDX into a new construction neighborhood, and then you can long tail it, then you run some ads around it. You can get some inexpensive new construction ads that way, but you can't just go new construction homes in the city anymore.
So I mean, the other thing is you can like build out a community page around a new construction neighborhood and have all the listings on that page. Make it very keyword focused. Like, okay, so your Google AdWords. I mean, you want to have the keywords that you're using in the campaign or the not the campaign but the ad also on the web page.
Right, and then you can elevate that page. It just you're going to get more paid traffic than you are organic. It'll take
No, it's not. It would having the keywords that you have in the campaign also reduces your
Oh,
cost.
you're talking about your relevancy score.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's kind of Mert with he can only really do it with Real Geeks, but he's dynamically sending stuff through the IDX to actually lower your cost for long tail, and then he's loading up an Excel sheet up to Google Ads that actually dynamically pulls 300 pages, and then all of a sudden you've got and he can't do it with Lofty very well. Sierra and Real Geek seem to be the the ones you can dynamically code the H1 header.
Oh yeah.
Versus Lofty, there's some ways to do it, but it's just not ideal.
Yeah. Well, if you as long as you have a code block in Lofty, I'm pretty sure you could do it.
Right. It's just the problem is Lofty changes the code so often it breaks it all the time.
Well,
That's the issue is that, yeah, Lofty, every time they do a code change, which is, they're like Facebook, they break your code. So that's why the CSS designer stuff doesn't work very well on it. So, yeah, like I said, my biggest problem is I can only use what the broker has in Milwaukee, so I'm stuck with KV Core or Lofty. I have no other choice.
well, I would so I mean with Lofty, I think, and I would have to look at the tool, but I'm pretty sure. Are you familiar with using the carrots and stuff with CSS selecting?
A little bit.
So like if you have the if you have like a class and then you put like the caret, which is next to the question mark on the keyboard, the right arrow more or less is what you could call it. And then so basically that's the parent class, and then directly underneath it is the child class. But if you want it to be a direct relation versus a fuzzy relation, you would have to have the caret there.
Okay, you're talking about greater than and less than?
Yeah.
Okay.
All
Okay.
right,
No,
all right,
no.
guys. Hey, guys, I gotta shut this down. I gotta get to a dinner with my wife.
All right.
Yeah, I'll catch up with you
Good
later.
conversation.
All right. Take care.
All right, thanks. Bye-bye.
Bye.